Ladies are away, the boys will play.
Anything can happen. It's gonna get crazy.
Dungeons and Dragons!
Hello, and welcome to Knights of the Nerds Table. My name is Dieter, and today I'm here to tell you everything you need to know before you go see Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. So grab your polyhedral dice, and let's roll.
Okay, literal goosebumps look.
Let's start with the basics. Dungeons & Dragons, or D&D, is a tabletop role-playing game invented by Gary Gygax in the 1970s. It is easily the most ubiquitous and enduring TTRPG available today. Every game is different, but generally D&D games feature a number of players getting together with characters of their own creation to engage in collaborative storytelling, often in a high fantasy setting. One player, the Dungeon Master, guides and narrates the story as well as adjudicating any rules disputes. The general flow of play goes as follows. The Dungeon Master describes a scenario, players describe how they interact with the situation, and the Dungeon Master has players roll dice to determine how successful their choices are. Keep in mind that that is a very high level, and there are lots of details and minutiae that impact the game. If you want to see D&D in action, there are plenty of actual play shows, such as Dimension 20, Critical Role, Not Another D&D Podcast, Dungeons and Daddies, and more that are worth your time. Despite its success in the world of tabletop gaming, D&D has not had a great relationship with film. And I'm not talking about the 1982 movie Mazes and Monsters, which ultimately led to parent groups condemning the game. No, D&D has actually had its own movies before, the most infamous of which is 2000's Dungeons and Dragons. The film has a reputation for being uniquely terrible, with most people only remembering Jeremy Irons' absolute scene-devouring performance as Profion. Despite the movie being a financial failure, it ultimately received two pseudo-sequels, one in 2009 and one in 2012. I'll be honest, I didn't know these two movies existed until I started writing this script, and I haven't seen anything to convince me that I need to rush to watch them. But if you've seen them and you want to tell me about your experience, hit up that comments section, let me know. And now we fast forward 10 years to today. In the intervening years, thanks to the popularity of shows like Critical Role and The Adventure Zone, D&D has become almost as mainstream as a Starbucks coffee. And that means that studios like Paramount are willing to fund a proper D&D blockbuster, which is exactly what we're about to get. Scheduled to be released on March 31st, 2023, Honor Among Thieves will star a D&D party made up of Chris Pine as the Bard, Michelle Rodriguez as the Barbarian, Regé-Jean Page as the Paladin, Justice Smith as the Sorcerer, and Sophia Lillis as the Druid. Promotion materials suggest that this movie is going to be fairly simple plot-wise. A group of thieves steal a magical artifact that gives an evil wizard world-ending power, then those same thieves have to redeem themselves by stopping the evil wizard. It's a tale as old as time, really. The appeal to this movie largely comes from the fact that the writers seem to be doing their best to bring the chaotic improvisational energy of a D&D campaign to life on the screen. The fact is, 99% of D&D campaigns might be set in an elaborate high fantasy setting, but the storytellers are still you and your friends, just trying to have fun. Game of Thrones, this is not. D&D players are, on the whole, silly, sarcastic, and whimsical, and the trailers suggest that this is exactly the vibe that the ensemble in Honor Among Thieves is bringing to screen. The movie will also be unique in that it seems unafraid to delve into the absurd depths of D&D lore. The trailers alone have shown the Red Wizards of Thay, gelatinous cubes, displacer beasts, and even intellect devourers, waiting our ragtag band of thieves. So, if you've been watching this video, you might be wondering if this movie is just fluff and fan service with no substance. Is it actually worth your time? Well, in a Knights of the Nerds table first, we actually have critical reactions to the movie that we're doing our Before You Watch on. As of this writing, Honor Among Thieves debuted 2 days ago at South by Southwest, and initial reviews are tremendously positive. It seems that Honor Among Thieves is going to be light popcorn fun that is accessible to anyone looking for a good heist or fantasy movie. And let me tell you, I love a good heist movie. So I think that about wraps things up for us. Drop a comment, let us know what you're excited for from Honor Among Thieves, and we will see you next time for more conversations around the Nerds Table. Thanks for watching.